I want to catch a few more Z's. Oh, and by the way, the undead look you've all got going? Yeah, I don't want to wake up to that ever again." Mel glanced at her friends. Tate and Angie were doing the undead bride and groom. In requisite tux and white wedding gown, they had topped off their look with gray makeup and faux partially rotted flesh. Tate had a fake knife lodged in his skull, while Angie had an axe sticking out of her back. They had already taken bogus wedding photos that Angie was seriously considering making their official wedding portrait. Being single and thinking this was going to become a permanent state, Mel had decided to go as an undead chef, complete with her toque, double-breasted white coat, and checkered pants. She wore her pleated hat back on her head to enhance the amazing latex scar Oz had adhered to her forehead. It was pretty badass. Oz had decided to wear his chef whites as well, but had changed it up by making the side of his face appear to be rotting off. Every time Mel saw his fake putrid skin flap in the breeze, she had to resist the urge to peel it off. As the body in the casket, Marty had chosen to be less undead than the rest of them. He was pasty pale and sunken-eyed, but that was about it. Mel suspected that because he was closer to his actual expiration date than the rest of them, dressing up as a dead man had less appeal for him. Overall, she had to admit, they were fabulously gruesome. "Sorry, Marty, but no napping," Mel said. She grabbed him by the elbow and hauled him out of the casket, which was sitting on a trailer on the back of the cupcake van. "We've got to load up the van and get over to the Civic Center Park and set up our station before the undead descend upon us." "Ooh, that sounded nice and grisly," Angie shuddered. "It did, didn't it?" Mel said. She let go of Marty, ignoring the look of longing he gave the coffin. "Let's move, people." She hurried to the back of the bakery, where she'd left her rolling cart loaded with boxes of cupcakes. She pushed it alongside the service window of the van and began to hand them off to Oz, who was inside. "What flavors did you create for zombie cupcakes?" Tate asked. "No new flavors," Mel said. She flipped open the lid of one of the boxes to show off the cupcakes. "Just new names. In place of the usual suspects, we have the Marshmallow Mummy." "Hey, you made the frosting look like bandages on a mummy's head," Oz said from the window. "Cool." "And it has a marshmallow filling," Mel said. "We also have vanilla eyeballs, strawberry brains, and dark chocolate Demise, just to round out the flavors." "The eyeball one is staring at me," Marty said. "I don't think I could eat that." "How about the brains?" Tate said. "How did you pipe the frosting in the shape of a pink brain?" "Fine pastry tip," Angie said. "It was fun." "Are those little candy coffins on the chocolate ones?" Oz asked. "I dig those." Get it? "Oh, man, that stunk worse than rotting flesh," Marty said. He closed the lid on the box, took it from Mel, and handed it through the window. The others stared at him, and he asked, "What? I'm just getting into the spirit of things." "Fine, but please keep the rotten flesh remarks to a minimum when selling the cupcakes," Mel said. "This from a woman who ruined a perfectly good cupcake by putting a bloodshot eyeball on it," he said. He shook his head as if he couldn't fathom what she'd been thinking. Mel lowered her head to keep from laughing. She didn't want to offend Marty, as he took his vanilla cupcakes very seriously. "Melanie?" A voice called from the bakery. Mel glanced up to see her mother, Joyce Cooper, stride out the door. Joyce took 3 steps and stopped, putting her hand to her throat. "Oh, my!" "We look amazing, right?" Mel asked. She spread her arms wide to include her entire crew. "What are you?" Joyce asked. "The Baking Dead," Oz said from the van. "Nice," Tate nodded. "Yeah, I'll give you that one."